right.
All right, 5 o'clock. Call to order. Roll call.
Commissioner Capagrosa,
Here.
Commissioner Livermore, Commissioner Nettleton.
Here.
Commissioner Rondo.
Here.
Commissioner Seaver.
Here. Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Never would have been time about the state, seeing the start. Playing the band, halfway through, we can remember.
I gotta find it. That one needs to put it. That one? Yeah. Thanks. Brief public comments. No lunch. Going twice. 3 times, nobody, okay. Agenda. Any add-ins, last minute? Does it look good? Make a motion to accept the agenda as printed.
Consensus?
All support?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's right.
One meeting. I'll get there someday. It's only been 6 months.
Consensus. Minutes. Everybody have a chance to look, see the ears?
Oh, forgot to send just hire something.
Keep hunting.
In your spare time.
Yeah.
Not in there. Oh,
During your.
the next one, okay. Consensus, put that over to the next meeting?
Yes, sir.
Okay, number 7. Becky, Veteran Service Officer, end of the year report, the long 2-minute report.
Or longer, so.
Okay.
FY, we just wrapped up the last grant, so the grant runs by the state physical year. So that wrapped up the end of September. So you'll see that we utilized 49,213 of the 53, but actually 50,000 is given to us upfront. And so the rest is on a reimbursement basis. So we returned $786.89 to the state of the 50,000. So we utilized most of it this year. Always want to utilize the whole thing, but it's not always easy when you're trying to project out what we're going to spend and then what actually we spend. So I attended the Michigan Association of County Veteran Counselors in Frankenmuth, and that's paid through another grant that I write. So that doesn't come out of the county budget. Then I attended the national conference in Madison, and we utilized the county veteran service grant, so the state grant, to pay for that. So those are all, and that was in Madison, Wisconsin this year. So the Alger County Veterans Emergency Relief this year, or in 2023, we used $1,690, assisting veterans with heat and food assistance. So the food, we give $200 if it's a single veteran, $400 for a family, and it is a one-time use per year. So we assisted 5 veterans in 2023. You'll see I do a lot of PR events. One thing I really want to draw attention to is the golf scramble, which this past year produced $19,600. So that was divided amongst the 4 veteran organizations. So they get about $4,900 per veteran organization. And I have to give props to the veteran organizations because they really pour that money back in to the veterans. So they help veterans. We've had some that have cancers who are driving back and forth every day to Marquette. They assist with food cards for that. One of the organizations bid on the poultry from the Alger County Fair. And then they took that meat and had it processed. And then they coordinated with our office for veterans in need of food. And then when they filled those needs, then they just donated it to those in need within the community. So it really is going beyond just veterans. helps many more. Also, if you're not familiar with nursing homes, they don't get a whole lot of their money. I think it's about $60 a month that they keep out of their social security and, or whatever their income is. And there was a veteran living there that broke his cell phone, only way to communicate. He's $30 a month bill. And so we were able to help with that veteran organization's money to get the veteran a cell phone. And, you know, if that's your line of communication to your family, it's very, very important. So super proud of how that money is spent within those veteran organizations. Also, they help send supplies to Jacob Eddy and Medi Lodge if they would ask for it, you know, lotions, games, activity funding, so. This year we hosted a second annual County Veteran Service Community Service Award Banquet, so Mike Dugas was named for Alger County for 2023. Sonny Putvin won. We nominated him. He was our 2022 Alger County Veteran of the Year. We nominated him to the state for the Michigan Veterans Affairs Veteran of the Year, and he won for the state of Michigan for that. So that's a huge, I feel like those are huge wins for not only, you know, that veteran, but Alger County really, we've been put on the map the last 2 years, I feel like, with the state where, you know, it's usually who in the UP? So a big deal, I think, you know, that the UP is being recognized. And this year I won for 2022 Veteran Service Provider of the Year, and 2023 is actually out of Dickinson County. So that's, again, you know, the UP is really trying to strive hard in assisting veterans. So, and then I continue to do the veteran organization meetings. We help with the Munising car show. Those proceeds go into the All Vets Memorial. Vietnam vets, they get some proceeds also because they help park the cars. And then the fair, this year we had 150 vets that we paid admission for. The year before it was 98. So everything we do seems to be more word of mouth. Accreditation, I still hold the same accreditations, renew those annually. I attended the NACO High Performance Leadership Academy, which ran from October to December last year. One thing that I think sort of important is the geographical distribution, or the GDX. So this is what the VA puts out. So they put out 22 numbers actually in 2023. So the VA is saying that our population of veterans increased from 783 to last year at 854. And so,
10%.
yeah. And then the money that comes into the county specifically, so of those 854 veterans, the VA is spending $9.8 million. So when you look on your little GDX, that's actually, there should be 3 zeros after each of those numbers. The money that's coming directly into the county is $6,497,000. So it's a lot of money that's coming in through this compensation, survivor benefits. You know, do I have some say in that? Yeah, because I submit the stuff, but really, you know, you need the veterans who have the health conditions. I'm honestly expecting 2023's numbers to go up because in January of 2023, the VA added 13 new contentions, health things that they say is for military service, and we filed a lot of those this year. So, then the medical care on that, we don't really see much here within the county on that. It's 3.1 million, but a lot of that's coming into the VA medical facilities, the CBOCs, and those are outside of Alger County, but that does a lot for some. They don't provide a breakdown of what that would look like for us because they do have community care. So the VA does pay for things through the Commission on Aging and through the Munising Hospital. Northern Lights Vision is also authorized. So our monthly communication continues to go up, averaging 85 contacts in 2023 a month. And then now, so that quarter for the new grant, we were awarded $56,686 for the 23-24 grant. In the first quarter, we've used 23,323, so we are well on our way this year of spending that money, so a little frightening actually when I tallied up the first quarter, I'm like, we got 3 quarters to go and spend almost half the funding, so. And we're doing the veteran vouchers again, helping vets. Honestly, the biggest thing is dental care. The VA just doesn't offer dental care, hardly at all for veterans. And then the only swag we're doing is at the veteran banquet, which is held Veterans Day, huge 200 attendees each year. And then the golf scramble, because that's the one that's generating the 19,600. So we provide t-shirts for that. Marketing, we're doing the direct mailings, the Lions Club and the Altran bus, which I'm sure everybody has seen. And then my continuing education at the national level. So any questions?
Go ahead, man.
Do you know if the governor promised a new veterans home in Marquette? Do you know where that is?
They have not announced the location yet for that. So they're being, I know with Cleveland Cliffs, they were trying to negotiate some property. There was some land testing that had to be done because before the soil was contaminated there. They just haven't updated yet. I don't think they're projected to even break ground this year on it because they're still trying to get all the EPA and things, the soil contamination cleared before they'll even commit, but no location's been set.
How big of a place is that gonna be? How many rooms?
It's supposed to be modeled after the one in Grand Rapids, but again, they haven't even announced how many rooms it's gonna have. So, or what they're gonna do with the old the old nursing home, Jacob Eddy building. They haven't announced anything, so.
Better make it something like that now.
It would be nice. I don't know. Mickey and I talked about that before. There we have community-based outreach medical facilities, Gladstone, Manistee, Marquette.
We have a good percentage.
We do. We definitely exceed Manistee, Schoolcraft County and veteran population. So I don't know. Talk to
But
my,
now, excuse me, but now since Trump put in, you can go to a private doctor,
Yeah.
that kind of changed things.
it did. So yeah, and daycare, several of the doctors over there are authorized again. The Northern Eye Exam veterans can go in there
They
and,
don't have to go all the way to Marquette, they can go.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and they can pick out the classes here in town and pick them up in town. So that's super convenient.
That helps.
Another thing I'd like to mention, Oscar J. Johnson, facility in Dickinson County.
Yep,
Won the national award for small,
medical,
medical facility in the United States.
yeah, 5 stars it's rated, so it's huge.
Yeah.
There's quality care right here and they really do. I don't have any complaints ever about, other than the call line.
Yeah.
If I get any complaint, it's about the call line, but not the care, so. And we can't control that. So, Dean, do you have a question?
I was just thank you for everything you do.
Yeah.
For county and the veterans.
All right, thanks, guys.
Number 8, discuss Kelly or Kathy Reynolds authority appointment, Brownfield. That was, we had, I think we missed both, but we only had 2, but we actually had 3 seats available, so that would put her in there.
Yeah, the other one member didn't want to be reappointed,
Okay.
so that left that one vacant.
Any questions on that?
Nope, we have one qualified candidate left in the pool, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's us on that?
Just gotta ask everybody.
Yeah. Number 9, discuss and approve 2024 committee.
Looked like Joel got it all,
I think so, yeah.
even though we changed it 14,000 times on it, he ended up in the right.
You look good.
I think so.
I
Yeah,
didn't say anything that
good.
didn't, so. He divvied out the audit so that we
Right,
share that still, so.
yeah,
That's
which is nice, you don't even have to worry about audit, you show up to that meeting, if it's
Right.
yours.
It's yours up there.
Right.
Oh,
That's the meeting.
I think we got some good potential on this stuff.
Well,
Make things a little smoother and. Like you said there last meeting, that puts us, at least several of us in the building at the same time, so if we need to talk about something or pass information, it's a lot easier.
for anybody that wasn't here, all of our committees that are in-house, we had tons of them. We grouped them all into 4 categories: facility, human resources, finance, administrative, and executive. And then we pass it around to where each one of us is on 2. And we're gonna have meetings the first Tuesday of each month, starting at 8 o'clock with facilities, 9 o'clock human resources, 10 finance, 11 administrative, and noon executive. So first Tuesday of each month, there will be meetings here of that for the committees. And we still got our outside of the county committee meetings. But we can't really do much with it. Any questions on that?
Sir.
Consensus?
Yep.
Number 10, QPAD dues, $9,000. For years that are. Any questions? Consensus?
Yeah.
911 Authority, 2024 service fees, an amount of $37,224. And that is a yearly.
Yeah, that comes out of what fund? 911?
911. I believe, yeah. I don't know.
Is that what it was?
Any discussion on that? Consensus?
Yeah.
Can't hear you, Max.
I said, yep.
Half that too.
I would usually talk loud enough that anybody can hear me.
Yeah, 12, discuss advanced professional healthcare renewal contract. And this is for our guests over across the way here. Right? Is that for your guests?
Yeah, inmate care. Necessary evil. Not their care, the 5% increase.
Yeah.
I'll change my wording on that one. The 5% increase is a built-in, yearly increase.
So it's just an automatic 5% they always do, or?
It seems.
Questions on that? Discussion?
Insurance must cost us a whole lot less than paying out of pocket, so.
Yep.
Consensus?
Consensus.
Yes.
Number 13, discuss GFL 1-year recycling contract. I came up with an idea with this that I just thought about today. Do we need a whole 6-yard thing? I've seen in town, everybody's got those. That they empty, was it, you get 2, you get a recycle and a
Yeah, the
garbage?
96 gallon or whatever they are, the big cans,
Is that, how often are they?
every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks.
So this is a monthly.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what would be cheaper and if that would be big enough. Or we could just,
I don't know.
If it was used right, it would fill up, just fill with cardboard.
really, what?
Yeah.
They're just throwing it out there, seeing.
Glad you were able to get us a year to try it and see if
it's $1,000.
you know, instead of, we're not locked into a 3-year contract.
Right.
That was a good catch.
Do we have confirmation that it's actually going to go to recycling, or is it gonna go in the bin and dump, up in the dump?
It'll go to recycling unless somebody throws a trash bag in. If they go to dump it and it's empty trash in it, it's gone.
But do they have a place for that recycling? That's my question.
I think they'd have to if they're advertising that, do they? Kelly's on that,
Yeah, I don't know where they're holding it up there
right?
until they ship it on to Marquette, but
Well, I think they come, maybe what happens is they come every 2 weeks because they take that one designated truck, fill it up and. Right
yeah,
on.
I've seen, on that Tuesday, there's 2 trucks running around town.
Right, the one's just designated.
One's doing the recycling and one's doing the garbage, so they're definitely using a separate truck to pick it up.
But they are.
Yes, I've
Yeah.
seen both trucks out picking up, one's picking up one can, one's picking up the other on recycling weeks.
And we can check that out,
That's
verify
just
that.
my question, you know. You're paying extra money for recycling and it's going in the dump anyway.
And how would you think about putting a chain on it? But everybody throws stuff in there, right? It ain't just one person that throws recyclables in there.
Just have to monitor it, make sure we. Look, people, you gotta throw the garbage in the garbage and the recycling in the recycling.
I'm just worried about if we don't lock it, we have after hours, people coming and throwing their garbage in the dumpster.
It's on camera. It is on our,
You know,
on camera.
like my dog food bags?
That is a crime.
But do we have good enough cameras to see who's doing it?
I don't know that.
Maybe outside. We'll have to look into that.
Look, yeah, you know, that camera does reach.
Myself, I think it's valuable to try to recycle if we can, but if we're doing it just to waste money to make everybody happy and it's not getting recycled, I don't believe we should.
Exactly.
You know, I would not have tried it if it was a 3-year, but I think for a 1-year contract, I think it's worth we can monitor it, make sure it's being used properly. In 12 months, well, in 10 months or whatever we have to notify them 60 days out. Whatever it is.
So we just really have to look at it if it's, we gotta look at it
Are
more
we getting our
in
money's worth on it?
November, perhaps in September.
And
And Joel's got that on that thing there. If we do this, you'll put it on your list of, we have to do something in September, because it's 60 days, 90 days. Yes.
on the master list,
60 to 100. Okay. And then we have to let them know if we want it again.
yeah, before 60, not more than 100 prior. And then cancel.
So I look for a motion on that.
Since this do,
Do a motion and consensus or motion and vote?
If you're consensus, if you're all.
If we're all.
if we all consent, it goes on, if not, we vote on it next week.
All right, consensus on that, to do it for 1 year, try it. Joel will remind us and, for the date to cancel. We'll try that. Consensus?
Consensus.
Yes.
14, discuss. Pest control contract.
Yeah, they're lady killers.
And then come back, get back to us.
Sherry says she got hold of Vicky. She's gonna wait another week for the third one.
I think we should try to get. If they had any interest at all, I can give them a call. I got her number. Like, try to give our local ones a chance anyway.
And if not, because it looks like these are really basically same price, except one's offering a paid in full discount. Or that $85 a month. Oh, wait a minute, oh, he's got a service right there, okay.
Cool, see, one that's look at 5% paid in full, so then it's up to the. Yeah. Save one page. $2.
Right. That was
$2, $2.
was about all I could find in the differences. I'm fine with waiting until next week to
Everybody fine waiting one more week to get them in?
A chance to, the third one to get in.
Consensus?
Yes.
So wait 1 week. 15, discuss canceling charter spectrum internet. We've been paying internet through there, find which ones those are,
Send that backup internet.
the backup, there's a few of them. Which ones can we? Do we use them at all?
The charter backup is just for this building, just for the children,
And how much was that a month? That was
140
one
for the
forty,
internet. And then the TVs, we're gonna cancel.
right? What's your feelings on that? How good do you know, 140? You're looking at $1,600 a year for backup from PFN, of our PFN service charter.
HTC.
Huh?
HTC.
HTC, oh, shit. One of the same, I'm sorry, yeah.
Is that for this building only?
Yes.
It wasn't, not over there. Okay. Thank you.
Have we had any outages here in this building?
Not since we've had,
Fiber optic.
once we used to have charter, I believe, for Maine, and then we had outages, but once we switched to Hiawatha and used charter for backup, we've never had an outage.
That fiber's pretty
In here.
stable stuff.
So, you know, you're thinking we're paying $1,600 a year. Is it worth it to have a backup to where if it goes out, even if it does, I don't see them being out very long. And if we're out, everybody's out and it's,
Building's probably closed.
yeah.
Everybody got a big storm or something.
What's your thought? Anybody thoughts on administrative side?
I think
Go ahead.
no internet is work stoppage.
Mhm.
That's without question.
Right.
And I hate to see us in the middle of a capital jury trial and have no ability to do legal research, from my perspective. So I've never heard of it. Backup, sounds like a great thing.
Well, we're supposedly having charter for backup.
But I mean, we're relying on you to provide us this service.
Yeah, I mean, are we gonna know how or when to even switch it over then? I mean, there's.
Is it automatic backup?
It's supposed to be a switch that goes.
Okay. Yeah. 'Cause, so sounds like prosecutor courts, we take out of the court fund?
No, I take it out of the court fund, not the problem. I've never had a problem. I'm just saying, well, you know, if we don't have the internet, we don't work.
But you can look on your phone
That's true. Then I suppose I could bill the county.
or run over to the sheriff department and jump on their computer if it's that important.
I do think there's legitimate workarounds too, yeah. If I'm in that situation, yeah, I'm setting up a hotspot through my private
I
Verizon.
feel like we can get a pretty quick response time from Hiawatha.
Yeah, Hiawatha, they're local, they're here. I don't know. It's up to you guys. You know, it's $1,600 a year. I can see different spots where we can spend $1,600.
Cancel.
But I hate to,
Never heard of it.
is it,
And we do have two facilities here too, so I think that is a legitimate consideration. I mean, I could theoretically head over to sit in the lobby at the sheriff's office if we're down internet here. I can see if we're down, I can't see us being down a significant period of time.
What do they run? Yeah, that would be like a modem issue, a router
yeah,
issue
like if a
here.
modem went down or something,
Right, it's the same.
Hiawatha's up here
They're all over the place.
in 10 minutes, 20 minutes. They'd be up here and and we're back up. I mean, I've had them zapped at the ferry multiple times. So.
And you have backup too on your emergency services, so, you know, with it over there, we had, like the prosecutor said, well, in the event of an outage here, come on over, you know,
Clear you off a spot and
yeah.
I don't know, I think it's, like I said, you guys are the ones that's gonna have to, what do you guys think? Huh?
run a T-line. Yours run a cord across. We'll plug in over there, just run a little. Run a line over.
I think we got Cat 5 running over anyway from the cameras, so
Has it been?
We do.
we can converse it over.
Have we ever utilized the backup?
That we know
No,
of. No.
1,600 a year.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. We've not had to utilize it.
It's just something we've seen on there.
Oh, yeah, I know, and that's,
Yeah.
and
It's insurance. Yes, you wanna pay with insurance.
but who says, and then the problem is,
Both go down.
if it's a big storm or something that knocks down peninsula fiber, guess what? When I had charter, that's when it always went down, was every time there was a big storm.
Does one follow the other? Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I switched my home to the fiber optic, which is available, because it was more stable.
Is charter a line or is that satellite?
Yeah, it's a line, but it ends in a satellite dish somewhere. It's like your cable does. Yeah,
Texas person.
yeah.
So I'm getting
I would say we go ahead and get rid of it.
that was my thought, that's why I bring it up, when I'm seeing it on the.
The fiber optic that we're running on, it runs 911 out of Detroit on the same system, so it's a pretty darn reliable.
Yeah, they have it, their 911 is actually a loop system, so if it gets broke, say, over saying this, they can switch around, it just comes back the other way.
Yeah.
So. My 2 bits are to save the money, but.
Mine as well.
Sounds good.
So you can
Consensus?
As long as they're good with it. No,
When
I don't work with it.
When you plan on making that call to have it canceled, like near immediately, if we can just have somewhat of a warning, because we do have some of our stuff there. I just want to make sure that if you make the call, it's not going to affect some of our operations.
No, we have 2 different bills. That over there is different from this over
And
there.
I just, like I said, I just want to make sure you don't make the call, we lose lead.
Right.
We, you know what I mean? That way okay, you made the call, it affected us, we have to go.
Hey, go
We gotta
switch back.
figure something out pretty quick.
Right.
Right.
So, okay,
Yep.
Do it on a Sunday.
I'm good with it.
Okay, did I have some consensus on that?
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
Okay.
you do.
Number 16, road commission salaries. We had to, we're gonna switch that, they go by us, but we switched ours to a different format. So we're looking at leaving them the same format that they're previously in. We did talk with the road commission about that, they were here at the last meeting, discussed it, they're fine with that, I believe. Anything more to put into that, Joel?
Stay as is.
Yeah.
These the same rates as last year too?
But in that also, we have to add language in our board policy for that again.
Yes.
So our first administrative meeting, we'll have to
Change that.
That's quite, there's a few things.
To match up.
Any questions?
No, sir.
Consensus?
Yeah.
Item 17, skipped auto repair invoice for ambulance repairs, 1,864.90. Bearing front steel, rotor fabs, gotta be able to stop.
Wheel bearing.
Discussion? Consensus? Number 18, cost savings idea, revenue sources. We got an idea where we can get money or how we can raise money? We just saved 16 on
Yep, yep.
that nothing there. We don't have new business on here anyway.
What's all good business until you get to the unfinished.
All right, unfinished. Where do I put in the? Correspondence.
There's our correspondence here.
Oh,
Yeah, all right, I'll do it. Unfinished business, discuss the approved 5-year recreation plan for Alger County.
We put it off, didn't we? Is that what we did?
We're looking for,
Yeah, they've got a meeting tomorrow night. With the lady in charge.
Okay.
So do we have to approve, is that a motion or is that a? consensus, or do we have to
I
make
think we just leave it till the next meeting.
the next meeting?
Yeah,
Because if they don't have a plan that's gonna hit in time.
Yeah.
We'll hold off filing the
Yeah.
plan, basically. so
they'll
we
know
have one.
tomorrow night.
So we can just do consensus to approve?
Kim, yeah.
Well, I'll put it on the,
Put
yeah,
it,
item to.
move it to a void item next week.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
That way, that's all, it's at that right now too, so, all right, yeah. 20 financial matters, appropriations. This time of year, we gotta do authorized appropriations to Matthias, first responders, an amount of 6,500. To Rock River responders, an amount of 6,500. Authorized payment to DHHS for annual appropriations of 5,000. And authorized payment to Upset for their annual appropriations of 10,000. And authorize the transfer of the treasurer to transfer from 2024 general fund appropriations to individual funds, see sheet. Pam, you wanna go on that one?
That's just moving the money that is appropriated for other funds like secondary road patrol.
Actually,
Can't even remember, where's the list?
putting the money for the budget, actually, into the budget.
Yeah, we're just moving it from one budget to the funds. So there's probate, child care, sheriff, secondary road patrol, snowmobile, for safety, all of those. Thank you.
So we got a consensus on that? Any questions on the first page?
Is that the,
Appropriations A.
oh, okay, there it is.
Appropriations A 1 through 5.
Well, I don't have any question.
Anybody? Want a consensus on that?
What's that?
Number B. Board bills. Joel, we're having,
We did them at the.
So I was trying to remember whose signatures on it for the month it was.
It was me and you, Dean, wasn't it?
Yeah.
oh yeah, we signed them. Oh, that's where we pulled in. Yeah. We had,
So we found the charter.
I think there's one other we pulled in there too, Joe. Yeah, we had the Charter TV also in there that we just decided to zip that without even discussion. We don't have any to use. Okay, any questions for board bills? Consensus? Let's see, approve financial reports for all funds. Questions on the funds? This is all Pam's, baby.
That's a little bit on the ordinary when I went through them. Starting to get a grip on how they work.
Expense follows funds, right?
That's right.
It's the whole credit debit thing. That I still gotta wrap my mind around it, they're reversed.
Questions? Consensus?
Yeah.
Okay, D. Approve expenditures for Title III monies, the sheet. On the back of that one. We have Title III money that we're going to distribute. We're looking at doing per. Fire department, 15,000. And radios, 43,000. And extraction, well, whatever you wanna call it, vehicle, what we're gonna use it for, 50,000. Emergency management supplies for 5,000, that brings us to about 208,000. Which will still leave us about $90,000 left in that fund, I believe, for emergencies. this is monies that we've been collecting for 10 years and never distributed them out to fire departments and emergency services. But we'll still have a good amount, so if we do have an emergency, we'll be able to do something with it. Any questions on that?
Can I ask a question? What's the extrication vehicle?
That is our recovery vehicle, our track vehicle.
Okay.
Right now, the one we have, we've been trying for years with side by side with tracks. They just don't hold up the weight or the drag, and then you throw all the people in there. We're moving to a more of a vehicle, mid-sized van, that's all-wheel drive, that's with tracks.
So something that would go on the trails or.
Yeah, that's our
backcountry
rescue
or-
vehicle that,
I was just curious to make sure it didn't, wasn't anything that the fire department would have or might wanna have, but no, this is separate.
And the one that we currently have, Lisa, would go over to Burke Township. And the one that we currently have, if everything works out, would go over to upgrade Burke Township. So,
Thank you.
and maybe we could bring that other one over to Graham or Canary.
over.
Well, I'll bring it here for backup, but at some point, it'd be nice to put one over there. I know they have a search and rescue, their fire department, and they typically go into the, caves quite a bit.
That's Rock River.
Okay. Either way, it's something that area that could use it. Discussion on that?
Nope, God, we're doing something with it, instead of just sitting on it. Get the hero where it needs to be.
Consensus?
So,
Consent. Oh, hold on, no. We spend that money now, the consensus, we gotta wait till next week.
we still have to.
Okay.
You can vote on it if you want. Okay.
I'd rather take a vote on this. If we wanna get this moving, we can order that vehicle, get it coming, get it here, and also with, I do know some, fire department chiefs were saying it's hard, 15,000, the price that they're getting. It's selling a lot of stuff on sale, but it ends at the end of the month, and the sooner we can get it, they'll be able to get the sale price, if not, it's quite a bit higher, so I'd like to entertain a motion on.
Move that we approve the Title III money expenditures as laid out on this worksheet.
Second.
A roll call?
Commissioner Caprosa?
Yes.
Commissioner Middleton?
Yes,
Commissioner Rondo?
Yes.
Commissioner Seaver?
Yes. Okay, resolutions. At 2, it's tax time. Resolution A, Limestone Township Summer Tax Collection, and B, Grand Island Township Summer Winter Tax Collection.
The Limestone Township Summer, it was the option of the treasurer to collect them or not, and she chose she did not want to collect the summer. So instead of the state of Michigan doing it, we took it on ourselves, to make it easier for the taxpayers. Grand Island Township, they are so small, they are having a hard time getting a treasurer to collect. So they asked if we would do it, and we said we would. With the approval for it, and that's what this is.
Any questions on that? Consensus?
that's it.
On both of them.
Yep. Committee reports. Rick, got anything?
No, halfway,
January meeting.
Nothing. Of course.
I haven't had any yet this month, so.
Okay, me and Mickey, we just came back from a health department meeting. The vote now every year changes for board chair. This year's Alger County. They tried to nominate Mickey, which he pushed it back over to me, so. I think we had a productive meeting. We're trying to see why Alger County, we only have a health department that's open 4 days a week. We would like to have it 5, and also, when you look at employees, Alger County's health department employs 13, Lewis County's employs 40. And they're smaller than we are. So that's a lot of money that's going, Elder County just pushing over to there. There's no reason why, we have qualified people in our in Alger County, I believe, that can do some of these jobs. So so it's gonna be a battle that way too. Hey,
Well, they were having a rough time to hire people there too. Maybe like, people that were mental health people, that were closer to a university like Marquette, that we might have a better chance to be doing that, but we sure did shake them up. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that.
they're listening.
Yeah.
They decided they were just gonna say no, and I said, well, Elder County, as talking for Elder County, not as LMAS, Elder County would like to see that, or else we can possibly look other ways for our health department services. And they said, well, so-and-so looked at that, Mac and I looked at it years ago, and they found out that they couldn't afford it. I said, well, I wasn't thinking of doing it ourselves. We're looking at more like in the Delta, Menominee, or Marquette. I said, personally, I like the Delta, their structure better. That kind of put them in a stop, like, oh, yeah, you can do that. Cause that's probably about 30% of their funding. So if they can't find funding to open our doors when they're already there on Fridays for the public, they can't find money for that, how are they gonna take a 30% deficit in their rate across the board? So we got a meeting the 6th with their administrator and see where it goes.
It wasn't 85% of their income goes to administration.
No, 85% of their income comes from, federal, from
No, but
grants.
they had a large amount of that
Oh,
that
yeah,
went to administration.
administrative costs.
Yeah,
Find it right here real quick. Expenditures. 68 is for wages, fringe benefits. 3% supply and equipment. 18 for other. 3 travel. But they're running about almost a $7 million budget. And I just don't think Elder County is getting their 30% of that. I think we should. Correspondence,
Just one, sort of, multiple, QPAD, Eagle, and the materials management. They started getting, I saw that some was going to the chairman, some was going to, Milton, probably was asked to, so we're gonna get everything together that I received the last month and a half and throw it in there, all relates to the material management plan that they're pushing for.
I think Kelly says pretty much on hold. See what happens.
Well, the plan came, then the whole came on.
Oh, it's back on?
Yeah. Yeah, matter of fact. I think where was the Eagle one? Yeah, they intend to
Push it through.
push it
before the
forward.
election.
Yep,
Van,
Eagle.
sheriff department,
I'd just like to add on, Dean, and yourself, along with Jamie Nebel and the rest of the county employees that put together our party Friday. For our county
Sure.
party, Steve Blank, amazing job, guys. It was a nice turnout. What do we figure, between 70 and 80 people? 70, and, food was great, the communication was better, and thanks to everybody for coming out and having a great time. I'd recommend those that didn't make this year's, come out and join next year's. Thank you.
Robbie, everything up there going?
Pretty good. Thanks for the upset money. That goes a long way for our community. It's one of those things that we kind of don't know what's gonna happen before we give the money, and we kind of have to wait and see the results. And I can tell you, there's results every year. So thank you for that.
I was gonna say the same thing about the money going to upset. I think that's big. So I wanna thank you for that. And to hear that this Title III money's finally getting up and moving and money that's been sitting there, we've made a lot of fire departments happy. It's a lot of money that we're giving them and our emergency services, so that's huge, from the board too, so we thank you for that, getting that going.
Sam, your emergency management?
I just want to echo that again, the fire departments are very grateful for the money they're getting. It goes a long way in their limited budgets like everybody else.
You seen in there, we do have $5,000 for a suit for Sam for the bear.
Somehow I feel that's gonna be a John job all of a sudden.
Okay, correspondence. Board comments. Rick?
I wish I would have made that party the other night. I heard it last minute and then I got a text from Dean. I had to go to the bear dam the next day to drop maps off and Dean had forewarned me that they left the bar tab for me. So thanks for not drinking too much. I just exchanged maps for a bar tab.
It was really nice, so to see 4 county commissioners there. That was really nice.
5 would have been better.
It would have, but to see the 4 of you there was very nice.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Because he back, they won't make beepy noise for the backing up with the bus.
Mike?
I just reiterate, like the sheriff said. Very nice turnout, nice to see everybody outside of the confines of work. Everybody seemed nice and relaxed, visiting amongst all the departments, So there's a few new faces, some of the rescue crew I didn't know, so I got to meet a few of them, that was nice. It's just nice to spend some time together, relaxing.
A long time.
Not stressing out, not worrying. Yeah. Thank you all the food was good.
Maybe.
I'll agree with that party, and I'd like to add that I hope we're able to push through and get our LMAS open here 5 days a week.
I'm hoping after my meeting Friday or next week, the 16th, if we get a little down on here, that we could get some kind of headway or some kind of answer. And for last, or for me, unfortunately, this is the shitty part of it. I ain't afraid to say it. It come to our board attention that a crime may have been committed under our watch. We are not qualified to, as a board, to say if it was one or was not one. But it is our job to put it out there to find out if it was. So in that case, we are going to let the state police know. And that will, one way or the other. It'll be, and squash it, and we did our due diligence. Consensus on that? Consensus. And that's all I got. Staff comments. I did staff during correspondence, but hey, it's been a long day. If any staff wants to say anything more, or if you got
blue.
you got any correspondence? You got any correspondence that's gotta be read?
The only thing I had, sorry, besides that, is, the Grand Island Township clerk that, took over for the previous clerk that resigned 3 weeks into taking over. And then now we have presidential funding coming up here pretty quick. So I'm
Takes that over.
keeping that on the radar that, well, they have to appoint within 30 days. So I'm just putting that out there that there's issues in Grand Island.
Well, it's a small pot to pick on.
And they have to stay open the entire time, even if they've all voted. And they know
They're running out of
they still have to
people.
stay open.
Well, yes.
Yeah, you might as well just have a town party that day.
I believe that, they haven't accepted that resignation yet.
Yeah,
Usually township ran into this.
he didn't put it in writing and I asked them to get a letter of resignation from him. Because if he dates it, it triggers the 30 days. So once they accept it, then they have 30 days, so.
Right, but they have not accepted it. We ran into it because our treasurer was moving.
Mhm.
And if you accept the resignation, then their deputy is done then. So for a month, we did not accept the resignation. So that we had some time
So the problem
to
is they're,
figure out who was coming in, but you got an election coming.
and their deputy's gone till March, so she wouldn't even be around to help.
It's messy.
And that's our problem because if they don't elect it, it comes on to
It's a
us
special election.
or it's on to you.
Joel.
I'm sorry.
Singular.
Just wanna know if I gotta sit here or if you just more on you. Man, you got big shoulders. Okay, now we're down to brief public comment.
Well, can I ask,
But
what was the potential crime?
I don't know how we put this in there. At this point, I don't wanna, cause it's a potential, and I don't wanna put anybody's name out there and slander them one way or the other.
No.
I'd rather, if that's just us to hand it over to the state police and just, we did our due diligence of looking into it.
I didn't know if it was like theft, assault.
No assault, no.
At this
nothing.
point, commissioners, through my statutory position as prosecutor, I advise you to stop speaking.
Thank you. And any other brief public comment?
Go blue.
Yeah. They've been playing really well now, aren't they?
1 hour.
Hey,
7:30.
Yeah, that was my phone call from Houston, Texas when I left. I got
Judge.
people down there calling me, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is good because they're there, which means they're not here, which means there's no court this week.
Yes, because it's all your court people.
But there is Wednesday morning.
There is
He's got a long drive tomorrow to get here for Wednesday morning.
That's his problem.
Yeah.
I'm already here.
The
Judge
down at the game.
Oh, yeah, just at the game tonight, and then he's gotta drive home all day tomorrow just to get here for Wednesday morning from court.
Did they have tickets for overlapped?
And
Cross your fingers, because they were still 2 tickets short as.
okay, are they doing rock, paper, scissors, or who's
They
going
had
inside?
4 tickets and 8 of them were going. This morning they were looking for 4. The phone call I just got, all right, we're down to 2. I said, 2, the game starts in 2 hours, so we'll get it. We're down to 2, so there's still 2 tickets short.
They gotta
But they're in Houston, it's a short ride
Oh,
home.
yeah, some jewelry going up.
Yeah,
The first time it looked like this.
Uncle Ricky's gonna be.
Yeah, 27. Adjourn. Adjourn.
All right.